What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam, hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have all had a great start to the week. Hope everyone's Monday was fantastic. You guys know what you guys know what time it is, man. Time for another live 2023 startup mock draft with rookies for some 2023 Dynasty fantasy football. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk some fantasy football. I am super excited to draft with you guys tonight. We're going to have a deep draft with our respective league settings. So 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, 1 flex spot, then a second flex spot with just receivers or running backs, and a super flex spot. So still a double quarterback super flex league, right? And we have 10 bench spots. We are rolling with 3rd round reversal tonight. We'll kind of just keep rotating that until we make a decision for our own league. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and set the draft order here. There we go. Let's do it. And we'll kick this thing off in like a minute. I think everyone's here. Thank you guys so much for joining. I know some of you guys just joined like in the last 5 minutes, so thank you guys. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're going to talk some fantasy football. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you guys are new to the channel. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let's do it, man. So I'm going to kick this off right at 9:20 p.m. Eastern time because we need as much time as possible to do this. So here we go. We're going to kick it off right now. So let's do it, man. All right, so pretty stoked to be sitting here at 1.3. Not gonna lie, should be able to snag up Studley quarterback here. So waiting on Boss Man here. Hopefully he makes it. If not, he'll come in at some point. He always does. So, but he will probably get Patty Mahomes right here. So I mean that still leaves me with Burrow, Hurts, whoever I want really at quarterback outside of Allen and Mahomes. So we'll go ahead and hit the auto pick. Oh, he got the auto pick. All right. So this is tough for me. I love Burrow. I love Hurts. I'll go Burrow for the sake of tonight's mock, but I have no problem whatsoever going Jalen Hurts there as well. I love both those quarterbacks right there. Beautiful way to start off a mock draft for a dynasty format regardless. All right, so 4 quarterbacks off the board. No big surprise there. There goes another one in Herbert at 1.5. Let's see who's up in the live chat tonight. Ben, what's going on? This is not on Underdog. No, sir. No, this is just through Sleeper, completely free. Invites go out on Discord typically, and then when the stream starts in the YouTube chat as well. So if you guys are not part of our Discord channel and you guys want to be a part of future mock drafts, whether it's Dynasty, redraft format, whatever it may be, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link is in the description down below. Good to see you, Ben. Hope you're doing well tonight, man. Taylor, what's going on? Hello, hello. Great to have you in the house. Excited to draft with you tonight. You're drafting, right? Oh, maybe you're not drafting. Oh, yeah, you're right there at 1.4. Right next to me. Nick, what's going on, man? Glad to see you hop in here last minute. What up, what up? Cats took over. What's up, man? How we doing? What's going on? Yeah, I'm excited. I know we've been running a lot of off-air Dynasty mocks, so it feels good to be able to get one in on stream tonight. Yep, like J-Dub says, 3rd round reversal, so be aware of that as well. Box and the Jack, what's going on, man? Good to see you. How's everyone doing? Emil, what's going on? Hello, hello. What is 3rd round reversals? So essentially after the 2.12 pick, instead of going so like Mr. Sarcastic is sitting here at 2.12, right? So after he selects at 2.12, instead of hopping in for him, going into 3.12, it's going to actually come back to Heavy CMC, who takes Christian McCaffrey, and he is going to take the 3.1. So instead of going from this side of the board into the 3rd round, we're basically reversing, coming back to the opposite side of the board going into the 3rd round. So I know some of you guys are in favor of this. Some of you guys are not in favor of it. We're going to have to make a decision for our respective dynasty leagues. But yeah, I do think for those of you picking at the end of the 1st round, it does even out those squads a lot more. Like we were seeing a lot of teams that, you could start with Josh Allen, then he could get Amon-Ra St. Brown at 2.12, and then you could get Chris Olave at 3.12. Like, JSN at 3.12, you can just really load up a team in those first 3 picks. So it kind of evens things out because, you know, those who are picking at the end of the first round, right, might get a Justin Fields and a Deshaun Watson. And then by the time they're picking again, if it's not third round reversal, you're going to see a lot of talent off of the board. So, I mean, I can see it both sides, you know, like if you're drafting from 1.1, you're going to be in less favor of a third round reversal, and vice versa. If you're drafting at the end of the first, obviously you're going to be more in favor of a third round reversal. We'll continue to talk about it in the next couple weeks, but that's definitely something that we're going to have to put to a vote overall. All right, I'm going Kyler here. Say what you want. I'm taking Kyler off the board. You guys know I love my boy Kyler. So, I'm okay with that pick. I'm not going to select again until 3.10, but that kind of puts quarterback out of the way for me for a while. Obviously, Kyler's going to miss some time this year, so I'm still going to need to target another quarterback or two throughout this draft, but we have plenty of rounds. I'm just at the point where if Kyler falls to me at the right value, I'm just not going to pass him up, simply put. Katz likes Trevor at 1.9. I love that value as well. Bijan at 1.8, I don't think it's too crazy. I do think that there's a strong possibility we see Bijan, especially once, you know, if you're conducting your startup draft after the NFL draft, like you're going to see Bijan Robinson really creep up early in the first round once he's on an actual NFL roster. So I don't think 1.8 is too crazy. We've seen him go, I would say even in, you know, startup mock drafts, we've seen Bijan Robinson go that early. So, but we'll see. Mr. Cassis' third round reversal is whack for the first overall pick. I mean, yeah, you can't really like argue. But here's the thing, right? Even if it feels like maybe whack in the moment, so to speak, at the end of the day, overall, it is building more even rosters across the board. That's why I like it. Like, I've now drafted using a third round reversal at the beginning of the draft and at the end of the draft. And overall, you know, when you just look at the first 3 rounds, when we have third round reversal on, you're seeing the first 3 picks for 12 squads across the board just be more even par overall, which I like as a commissioner, you know. So I don't know, we'll put it to a vote. I'm going to let you guys continue to hop into these mock drafts. It's just going to be kind of random. You know, it's really not that random. I'm kind of just switching each night, right? Or every time we draft. You know, one night we'll do third round reversal, the next night we won't. You guys will get more exposure to it at different places on the board, and then you guys can form your own opinions, and we'll put it to a vote. All right, I'm going to take Chris Olave here. There goes Kyle Pitts. A lot of different routes we could take going into the 4th round here. We'll see what I do. All right, so there's your first 3 rounds. There goes Eckler, Jacobs, and Hill. A couple of veterans off the board. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, man. I'm going to go Metcalf here. Man, Metcalf is only 25. So I got Olave at 22, Metcalf at 25, Burrow 26, Kyler at 25. I feel pretty good about that start. No rookies on the squad just yet, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, basically 1.1 has to work harder for sure. Yeah. Mr. Sarcastic just going straight at the running back position tonight. I still think, like, you know, you got Jacobs here at age 25. Eckler a little bit older at 27, but, like, if you want to ride Eckler into retirement, I don't really have a problem with it. Then you got Etienne at 24. So 2 youthful running backs, and then Eckler as well. Nothing wrong with that. Interesting start nonetheless. All right, so let's look at things going into the 4th round here. We got Josh Jacobs, Tyreek Hill, Metcalf, Najee Harris, Cooper Kupp all off the board. I really think Najee Harris is a great value being age 24 in the 4th round, you know, for a team that already has a wide receiver who they're going to be able to rely on in some time, or for some time, in Jalen Waddle at age 24. Then Hurts and CJ Stroud, a nice start at the quarterback position there as well. I just love Najee Harris as a RB1 in Dynasty formats. I know there are a lot of people out there who don't have faith in Najee Harris, but I think when we look back at last year, while it was a large jump back from running back 3 to running back 14 in fantasy, I think at the end of the day still had a really good year. And that end of year stretch where they actually kind of utilized Najee Harris how he should be utilized. I mean, you know, double digits from weeks 11 through week 18, if he did play through week 18, or at least through week 17, still in that same double digit range. And really, when you look at the season, right, just 1, 2, 3 games where he did not hit double digits. I know we do have a couple 10, 11, 12 pointers in there, not too far from single digit performances, but at the end of the day, I just think Najee Harris is a good value. That's all I'm saying. All right, Cooper Kupp goes. I consider Kupp over Metcalf just because he's Cooper Kupp, but a lot older, coming off an injury. I'll go Metcalf there. Nick goes with 2 tight ends. We are playing a tight end premium format, so I'm not surprised to see that. Devontae Adams gone, Christian Watson gone, we got Jahmyr Gibbs gone, so it'll be our second rookie running back behind Robinson off the board. Danny Dimes is gone, Tony Pollard's gone, T-Hawk's gone, and going into the 5th round, we've got Drake London off of the board as well. So we'll kind of see how things continue to shake out. All right, Kat says, even a 3rd round reversal 1.1 could get a really good team with a stud quarterback. I do agree. I mean, I think regardless of 3rd round reversal or no 3rd round reversal, you can end up with a good squad, right? And really, from any point, it just depends on how your draft works out, right? Taylor, it was either DK or Najee for me. No, you got Najee, I got DK, right? Kind of worked out there. All right, so quarterbacks are going pretty quickly tonight. We saw Danny Dimes and Pickett go to J-Dubs. Now we see Jared Goff off of the board. There goes Goddard, so more tight end action here. Interesting. I kind of do want to take another quarterback, like I said. But listen, I really like the value of Kyler Murray, right? He's going to miss a little bit of time, but I just love the value of Kyler. He looked, you know, if there was no injury to Kyler right now, he'd be going right in this range where Justin Fields and Deshaun Watson is going. I still don't think he'd go before Trevor Lawrence, but I think he'd be really close right there. You know, because he is so young. And listen, Kyler wasn't the best passer this last year, but he still had a good season. And from a fantasy perspective, still played just fine, right? Gets a new head coach. We just got to wait for him to be healthy. So, listen, the point I'm making is I do like Kyler Murray at the value you can get him in startup drafts right now. But the kind of negative setback is that you do have to plan for another quarterback to be on your roster because Kyler's going to miss time, right? Straight up. I'm going to go Anthony Richardson here. I'm a big fan of Richardson right now. And there's more and more buzz coming out about Richardson really being a potential starter for a team next year. So I'll take him all day long right here. So Chubb, Pickens, Dameon Pierce, and DeAndre Swift off of the board. I'm gonna go with another rookie here. I'm gonna take JSN. I'm gonna go all 3 quarterbacks, 3 receivers to start this draft. Get a lot of youth at arguably the 2 most important positions next to the tight end position in startup mock drafts, and I'm happy with that start. Get a lot of youth on this team. After the review, what's going on, Pete? What up, man? Hello. Always grinding these drafts. I love it, of course, man. Yeah, and we're grinding all kinds of drafts off era as well. We've just been running so many mocks through Discord right now. It's just been crazy, but yeah, man, I appreciate it. Hey, by the way, I saw that you joined as a channel member, so if you want to play in any of the Dynasty leagues, please let me know. And if you want to be a part of course, any of our free fantasy football leagues, as well as any of the exclusive member leagues that we'll be having throughout the season as well, let me know, man. I'd love to have you in a couple of the leagues for sure. All right, let's see. All right, so a little run at receiver, slight run. J-Mo's gone, Chris Godwin's gone, Derrick Henry's gone. All right, so sorry, just punched my mic. So I took JSN there, right? But there's kind of a debate out there between like Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnston, JSN, Zay Flowers even. Who do you guys like the best in terms of this rookie class at the wide receiver position? Let me know in the chat. And I do think, like, while we're drafting relatively early, there's some merit to the fact that once these receivers are actually drafted and we understand, like, what receivers are going to be playing next to, what kind of role they're in, what offense they're in, it's going to be easier to piece out who we like in terms of fantasy theoretically, right? When we saw Drake London go to the Falcons, Chris Olave go to the Saints, Jahan Dotson go to Washington, et cetera, it was easier to kind of picture, what you might be able to expect out of each rookie receiver, right? So after the NFL draft, we'll probably have a better idea. I like JSN right now, but I'm really liking Quentin Johnston, and I do think that Flowers is probably up there for me in terms of kind of like a sleeper. But I don't know. I think Johnston's just the easy pick right now, but Jordan Addison, Flowers, Quentin Johnston really need to be in that same level of conversation. But you got Kayshon Boutte, you got Josh Downs, Hyatt. I mean, there's a lot of talent at the position. After the review, I'll be in a catch league for sure next year. I need real challenges. Yeah, man, we'd love to have you for sure. Albert, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hello. Kat says, I think Jason is a little overrated in the fantasy community compared to Addison and Quentin Johnston. Yeah, I'm starting to like the value of a Jordan Addison or Quentin Johnston, although Johnston went at 6.9 in this draft, not too far away from JSN right there. But I'm starting to like their value a little bit more. But we'll see probably through this offseason, some of those rookie receivers are going to move up on the board slowly but surely. So we'll see what happens. All right, there goes Kmet and Pacheco, as well as Dotson and Moore. Goes Mike Williams. A lot of good talent. I feel like whenever we run one of these mocks on air as opposed to the off-air mocks, I feel like the ADP is just completely different because it's for the most part, it's a lot of the same people, hopping into these mocks. So it's just interesting to see how it shakes out. All right, I've got to take a look here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know which direction I want to go here. Yeah, this is a tough one. I need a running back. Could snag up a veteran quarterback. Could keep hammering out receiver. Kind of need a tight end too. I'm going to take my tight end. I'm going to go Evan Ingram. After Freiermuth and Kmet are gone, who are like my two late round guys next to Evan Ingram, I'll take Ingram here. And I'm going to be looking for some late round value at tight end. There's some good receivers on the board right now. There goes Christian Kirk. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Christian. If I didn't go Ingram there, it was going to be Christian Kirk, just straight up. But I think I might go running back here. I could take another tight end. There's some good value across the board, but I think I'll take I'll take my first running back here. It's kind of tough because you got guys like Aaron Jones here, but I'm going to go for some youth. I'm going to go for A.J. Dillon. It's tough there. Like, between Dillon and Jones, like, Jones gives you the more value in terms of win now, right? Dillon gives you the youth. So I'll take Dillon there, but it is close for sure. Taylor says Aaron Rodgers to Tennessee rumors today. I did not see that at all. I don't know if I'd like that fit very much. You got, I don't know. You got Treylon Burks there, but I just don't know if I'd like that fit for A-Rod. Be handing the ball off a lot, right? I don't know. I like Rodgers to the Bucks, to the Raiders, to the Jets. Places that have receivers, right? I don't like it. I don't know. I hadn't seen that. So that's definitely interesting. After the getting ready for the real draft, so many guys to read and watch highlights on. Yeah, for sure, man. Combine week is, this week, right? Or is it next week? We got a lot of stuff coming up quickly. Yeah, February 28th. Yeah, it starts tomorrow. That's what I thought. Through March 6th. Gonna be interesting. Yeah, and let me know, man, if you ever want to run a little show together for the off season. Steve and I usually stream during the NFL draft. If you want to run something together, if you want to hop into a mock and stream with me, let me know, man, for sure. The sarcastic one, Robinson already have 4 running backs. Yeah, I probably don't want to get too heavy. I like the pick. I think Addison and Kirk were really good picks for you, actually. Really, really good picks. All right, so tight end continues to get hammered out here. Schultz, Kincaid, and Mayer right off the board. I love Dalton Kincaid right now. I mean, Mayer is a monster, but I really like Kincaid right now as well. Oh. Sorry, J-Dubs. There we go. Click too many buttons. Sorry. He's back on your squad. My bad. But yeah, I just think this is actually going to be a pretty decent class for the tight end position in terms of rookie tight ends. So, all right, let me go ahead and make my face smaller. We are breezing through tonight's draft. I love it. I love it. I got to make sure I'm paying attention. Like, usually when we draft off air, I am able to just build a queue and pay 100% attention. And then when we do the on-air mocks, not always necessarily able to do so. I probably need to go for another running back here. That's probably what I'm going to do. I feel actually pretty good about this start. All right, let me take a look. Make sure I'm keeping a consistent queue each round. That's probably just the way I'll do it. Probably the easiest thing to do. There goes Hopkins, Kirk Cousins, and Njoku. And I'm on the board here. I'm going to take Tyler Lockett. Like I do 90% of our drafts. Kirk and Lockett, just my late round guys. I know that you're not really like getting... I mean, Kirk is a little bit better in terms of dynasty value. Being age 26 is a really good value in my opinion. Especially if you're able to draft Lawrence and tie him to Christian Kirk. But Tyler Lockett, much older at age 30, but still, I think for a league that's playing 3 wide receivers and then has 3 flex spots, including the super flex, I just like the value of Tyler Lockett where he's been going in these drafts so far. All right, so I'm gonna take James Cook off the board. Give me another running back, and that puts me in a pretty good position to start this draft. Okay. 3 quarterbacks. We got Burrow, Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson. 1 tight end. Still need to get some tight end depth. And Evan Engram. You could argue still need a little bit more quarterback depth as well. 2 young running backs. I mean, we've got Cook at age 23. We've got Dillon at age 24. Hopefully they start to take over most of their respective roles on their teams. Then we got Olave, Metcalf, and JSN, as well as Tyler Lockett. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about this start. All right, man. All right, so a couple quarterbacks going here in the 10th round. We got Geno, A-Rod, Mac and Cheese off the board. Mike Evans sprinkled in there as well. After review, I was thinking about getting a few guys to run a first-round mock where we all GM a few teams. Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Hit me up on Instagram or something when you're thinking about planning it. Hit me up on Discord, whatever is easier for you. And, yeah, man, I'd love to be a part of that, for sure. Cat's cousin sniped. Yeah, right before, I guess he wanted him. He goes at 9.7. Hopkins a good value at 9.8, though. I mean, not going to get a ton of value out of him at age 30. But, I mean, similar to Lockett, right? In the 9th round, go get a piece of a productive receiver that you can play in the flex for 2 or 3 years. Could argue maybe a little bit less. But I think 2 to 3 years is pretty realistic for Hopkins and Lockett, right? All right, so 10th round wraps up into the 11th. Here we go. All right, I got to take a look at my queue. Make sure I'm paying attention. Lots of rookies still hanging around. Go Zach Evans, a good pick there. All right. Okay, I think I'm at a decent point. Man, I was kind of hoping Greg Dulcich would fall out here. I'm not going to lie. I love the value of Montgomery at 11.6, even if he's dealt with a lot of injuries. But I've always kind of been a Monty believer, for better or for worse. Nonetheless. 11.6, pretty good value. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bench spots and a flex to fill. Feel pretty good in terms of balance here, in terms of youth. I am going to go and scoop up my second tight end and Trey McBride, tie him to Kyler Murray theoretically, and continue to move along here. Oh, man. I'm kind of torn on what I want to do with this next pick. I'm going to go Gibson. I feel like I need some running back depth on this squad. So I'll take Gibby here, and we'll move along. What do you guys think about Hendon Hooker? I think Hooker could end up being a really good value, actually. But I don't know if he's going to start like too incredibly early in his career. I don't know. It's kind of I'm really interested in Combine Week to kind of see if we can get a better read on. I still feel like, I feel like the top 5 quarterbacks in this rookie class are set. But overall, I feel like it's still kind of up in the air. I don't know. I'm interested to see how Combine Week kind of potentially shapes any of that. All right, so I feel pretty good about the start to the squad. All right, I feel like my Q's at a good spot. Let's go, let's go. Just breezing through the draft tonight. I gotta make my face tiny. Taylor, I might have the fastest wide receiver room in the league. Waddle, J-Mo, Ridley, Hyatt. Yeah, not bad at all. Only scooped up Hill there as well. I think there's a decent chance Hooker is the best quarterback out this draft. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Like I said, I really think like this draft is, or his quarterback room for this draft is up in the air. Man, I wanted Kenneth Gainwell. I should have taken Gainwell over Gibson because like Gainwell's my guy. I just think Gainwell's going to step into the Eagles' RB1 position next year. I think as the offseason progresses, we're really going to see Gainwell in redraft and in Dynasty move up draft boards. But I just need to start taking Gainwell instead of like banking on him being a late round value, you know? After the view, everyone but Bryce throwing at the combine. Yeah, I saw that. I don't blame him. He doesn't really need to throw. But yeah. Be interesting to see. I don't know. I think you might get some more buzz, as there's already been buzz around guys like Richardson, like Hooker. So we'll see what happens. Man, I was really hoping that Stafford would fall out here. I almost took Stafford over Gibson just because if Richardson isn't starting right away, like I'm still going to need a quarterback to bridge that time period. So we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, I'm probably going to be stupid here and not draft another quarterback. There's always trades. That is the positive. All right, and there goes Ritter as well. So, like, if I went quarterback here, it's Garoppolo or Malik Willis. I mean, I don't know if Malik Willis is going to be a starter, like, ever. All right, I'm going to take Rondell Moore and tie him to Kyler Murray. I mean, we're just going full out on the Cardinals here. All right, there goes Elijah Moore. I don't know what happened to Boss Man, but that's okay. We'll draft with him again soon. Man, I was actually going to take Darnell Mooney, so that stinks. I love the pick of Daniel Bellinger right there. Absolutely love it. All right, I'm going to go Darnell Washington. I'm going to take my final tight end off the board and add just a straight-up rookie to the squad. And I feel good about that tight end room. I'm probably just going to finish this draft with 3 tight ends, and I'm okay with that. So I like both those picks. The rest of this draft, just going to continue to get depth at running back and receiver. And there goes Sam Howell, probably somebody I should have considered over Washington, but it is what it is. He is the GOAT. Richardson's going to be a top 7 pick after his workouts. I definitely think so. I mean, I think you could argue he could even creep up to like the top 5. And I don't think that's too crazy to say at all. But I guess, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be 5 teams at the top of the board who need a quarterback, right? Because you've got what, at the moment at least, you got Chicago, Houston, Arizona, Indy, Denver. So top 7 probably makes more sense because you got the Rams and Las Vegas sitting there as well. Chicago, you know, is rumored to be more than likely trading out of the first or number 1 overall pick, which doesn't really surprise me. I've kind of said that from the beginning. I don't think they're going to trade Justin Fields or whatever. But you could see them just sit there and take who's a defensive tackle out of Georgia. But like they might be able to get him even if they trade the pick. So I'm going to scroll down a little so you guys can see more of the draft board. But yeah, I guess it's going to come down to like, you could see Arizona trade out at number 3 too. But Houston, Indy, those are going to be the 2 teams really competing to get whichever quarterback it is that they want, whether it's Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud or Richardson or Levis for that matter. And then you got Las Vegas at 7, Atlanta at 8, and I think the Rams at 6. Wait, am I reading this wrong? Is it Seattle at 5 and Detroit at 6? Oh, it is. I'm an idiot. My bad. Yep, it's Seattle. I was reading it wrong. It was showing which teams they traded with. I'm sorry. So, nonetheless, I don't think Seattle's going to draft a quarterback. I don't think the Lions are going to draft a quarterback. But the Raiders at 7, the Falcons at 8, the Panthers at 9, and even Tennessee at 11. Texans pick again at 12. Jets are at 13. I don't know. You could see 1 or 2 quarterbacks kind of fall out here. Kind of like we saw like Mac Jones fall out. Packers are at 15. Man, Washington's at 16. That's crazy. I forgot. Like they literally almost made the playoffs. Crazy. Cats didn't mean to take Lenny. Hey, man. You got to embrace playoff Lenny if you fall to your team. I mean, wow, a lot of good value off the board here in the 15th round. I love Zay Jones. Alec Pierce goes in the 14th round. Love Alec Pierce. Cade Otton's gone. He's someone I love as the 3rd tight end. Garoppolo's gone off the board. Tyler Boyd gone. So a lot of good value here. There goes Romeo Dobbs. After the View says Lions are a sleeper for quarterback. I don't think that's too crazy to say. But I believe in Goff. And I believe in the Lions wanting Jared Goff. But would it absolutely shock me? Probably not. Wow. A lot of good receiver value gone, man. A lot of good receiver value gone. Go Alan Lazard here. Yeah, I was really hoping Zay Jones, Boyd, Osborne, Puris are kind of the guys that I really like in that tier. When did Palmer went at 13.5? Palmer's starting to move up on draft boards. I really like him as well. Hodgins, the other guy that I really wanted right here, but that's okay. Let's pivot here. Go Deuce Vaughn. And that puts us with 4 more spots here. Yeah, so the way this team is looking, like I'd probably have to trade for a quarterback. Unless I went like Stetson Bennett. or Baker. I do think, like, there is a small chance that Baker Mayfield could be a starter at some point next year. I don't know for how long. So, like, out of desperation. I mean, same with Mike White, right? And even Sam Darnold. Like, if you're, even if it's redraft format, right? Which it probably wouldn't get to this point because there's not as many rounds. But just overall in super flex leagues, like, I really think those quarterbacks that I just listed off, Darnold, Mike White, Baker Mayfield, like, if you were just at the end of a draft and you were 1000% desperate, I think those are guys that you could take an extreme dart throw at. All right, how many receivers are on my team here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not too bad. Not too bad. I probably should have taken Curtis Samuel, but only having 3 running backs, I'm not gonna be too mad at myself for going with the depth there. All right. What did we do? 12 rounds in last night's draft? Or 12 bench spots, I should say. Yeah, receivers are getting pretty thin. I like the Michael Carter pick right there. Michael Carter, player I was hoping would fall out here. Taylor, I think Baker is going to be a Raider for 1 year. I don't think that's too crazy to say. I think he'll be I mean, he's going to get signed. He had a good outing with the Rams. But, yeah, I think he could be a bridge quarterback for a team. Let's see. I'm going to have some rookie running backs on the squad. I have to do it. It's not pretty, but I'm going to take Malik Willis. I don't feel good about it, but I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. See, like, that's the thing. If you go Kyler, you can't really take a rookie quarterback. I mean, you can. You just might be hurting for a little bit, right? And, like, I don't even know how much Malik Willis really helps me. Because, like I said, I don't even personally think Malik Willis is going to get a lot of playing time. I mean, there's so many points. Man, I wanted Mr. Sarcastic just sniping me left and right tonight. I wanted McBride. I like McBride as a late round running back. In terms of his rookie class. Good pick there. All right, how many more picks do we have? I'm going to go Rashad Penny. I need some sort of... Jalen Warren's a really good pick there. Nick, great draft. Let's go, let's go. I don't know if you mean in general or your draft or my draft or everyone's draft, but I agree. Cats actually like the Willis pick. Yeah, he worries me. Really worried me, you know, because at the end of the season, right, when the Titans had a chance, like, they went out and signed Josh Dobbs. Like, they didn't start Malik Willis, you know. Taylor, I'll trade you a quarterback for a Lockett and a pick. Oh, gosh. You know I can't let go of my guy Lockett. Okay, doke. Let me throw together a queue. And we'll wrap. I mean, this draft went by super quick. There's some hidden value on the board. There's some deep value out there. I mean, Marlon Mack is still available. There goes Mike White, the legend himself. All right, let's take a look at receivers. Yeah, receivers are pretty much done. Receivers are gross right now. Tight ends. There's actually, I think, some value at tight end. There goes a couple in Johnson, Alberto, and Everett. We still got Tyler Higbee, Hayden Hurst, Hunter Henry, Taysom Hill, Tanyan, Conklin, Irv Smith. Some of these guys free agents next year, so some of them are up in the air. But there's some value. I mean, there goes Zach Ertz. Donald Parham's really interesting because he's still super young. Oh, I mean, he's 25. I guess not super young. But we might see Everett no longer on that squad, so. And you got the Cowboys backup tight ends too, so. If Schultz is in there, they hold really good value as well. Cats, Musgrave will move up draft boards after combine. Really athletic for tight end. Yeah, I like him as well. Oh, and there goes Ferguson, like we were just talking about. All right, I'm gonna take Van Jefferson. Every player I've wanted tonight, I just think I underestimated their value because they've gotten selected. Like I wanted Carter. He gets picked at the beginning of the 17th round. Was going for Zonovan Knight here or Pierre Strong. They both go before my selection in the 19th round. So, but hey, that's because you guys are good at drafting. I don't know what I'm going to do with this last pick. Could go Baker or Sam Darnold. Could go Greg Dortch. I got Raheem Mostert and Jordan Mason. I'm going to go Raheem Mostert. Not a great, like in terms of dynasty, not really a lot of value here. Being age 30, having some injuries, not sure what team he's going to be on next season, but potentially gives me some value if I don't have anyone to start. Like you guys have probably noticed in a lot of these mocks, I don't go for a lot of running back value. I've done some where I do, but overall, I don't go for a lot of running back value. I just think that the NFL is rotating the running back position so much that you get a couple pieces you can plug in and you build up at receiver, tight end, and quarterback where you're getting the most point value on a weekly basis. But I don't know. It's all about balance. It's all about balance. There's still guys like Algier and Pacheco that I love to see on this team. DeAndre Swift, Dameon Pierce. So is what it is. All right, there's your draft. That went by pretty quick. Oh, now 42 minutes. Pretty on par. The sarcastic. I'll trade you Bellinger and McBride for JSN. Maybe toss in a pick. Let's do it. Fun draft for sure, J-Dubs. All right, what'd you do tonight, J-Dubs? I'm going to try and get through these reviews a little bit quicker since they'll be longer, but Denny Dimes, Kenny Pickett, Jordan Love, Baker. It's just crazy, like going into the 4th round, you have to lock up your quarterbacks there, right? We've seen some drafts where Jones or Pickett or even Goff fall out to like the 7th, but I'm okay with this quarterback room. I love that you got Baker at the end too, 20th round. Komet, Kincaid, Johnson, I'm good at that. My only note on Johnson, who I like a lot, is he's set to be a free agent next year, but I think the Saints could get him on a pretty cheap deal, and he could be back with the Saints. If he goes to a different team, you just don't know like how he's going to be utilized, I guess. But in the 18th round, worth the pick. Only age 26, so not too bad there. Chase Higgins, love that. Burks, Myers, Jones, Thornton, and Shaheed. I love the pick of Shaheed in the 17th round. But yeah, got some of your guys here that I know you like at receiver. Good receiver room overall. I've seen that I feel like you like Burks. I feel like Burks is a guy that you've been going after a little bit, which I'm not against. Hall, Connor, Herbert, Madison, Chuba, Pierre Strong. So kind of like a hero running back build. Maybe something I need to think of, just picking like one, whether it's a Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Barkley, Jacobs, ETN. Like even if it's not one of those younger guys, right? Even if it's an Eckler, CMC is still pretty young. Whatever, right? Derrick Henry in a later round. Whoever it is, like maybe just getting a running back in the first half of the draft is something I need to consider. But I think you got really good running back value at the end of this draft. Connor, Herbert, Madison, Chuba, Pierre Strong, really good value there. So, yeah, team looks pretty good to me. Even par across the board. Good blend here of youth and players who are going to be able to contribute for. Like you don't really have anyone who's like crazy old here. You know, Connor is 27, Myers is 26, Zay Jones probably oldest. He's 27, not too bad. How old is Baker? 27? Yeah. So, yeah, I think this team looks good, man. For sure. I saw that Jacoby Myers on the market. Does this put the number? I mean, dude, Jacoby Myers is probably going to make, like, I think it was like $18 million a year. Maybe it was higher than that. So Christian Kirk is getting his 4 years, $72 million. I don't know what the math is on his, but yeah, Myers, the wide receiver market's just gonna be crazy once again. All right, yeah, good team, J-Dubs, for sure, man. Continuing to build good squads out here, man. All right, let's see. Michael's got his hand up next. All right, Prescott, mac and cheese, staph infection, Mike White. I mean, Prescott at age 29, Jones at age 24, staph infection at 35, then Mike White at 27, giving you some hopes and dreams. I mean, it allowed you to build up at wide receiver, running back, and tight end, right? So, quarterback room, a little queasy, but you get two of these guys to contribute on a consistent basis, you're okay. Freiermuth at tight end, Gesicki and Higbee, kind of late round guys. I love Freiermuth. This is who you're going to be leaning on in Dynasty format if you take him at age 24 for quite some time. I've been a huge fan of Freiermuth. It's been documented on the channel ever since he's been a rookie. So, love Pat. Gesicki and Higbee. Gesicki, you know, if he's on the right team next year, could contribute in large. But tight end room, quarterback room, got, you know, it's just like, nothing wrong with it, other than the fact that you've got some age and some question marks, I guess. But at the end of the day, like, you still got Freiermuth, you got Prescott, and you got Jones. So, like, the second half doesn't really matter. It does, but if it doesn't work out, you can just move right along, right? Running backs, we got Barkley, Algier, Monty, Bigsby, and Wilson. I think that running back room's actually okay. You got Barkley at 26, you got Algier at 22, Monty at 25, you get a rookie in Bigsby, then you just take a veteran dart throw at the end of the draft at 27 and Jeff Wilson. J.J. Adams, Judy, Johnson, and Cooper is crazy. I think Tillman is a really good value there at 14.7. Boyd, the Mims is a really good value. Wide receiver room is really good here. The wide receiver room is great, man. So I like the wide receiver room. I like the running back room. I'm okay with the tight end room just because it's led by my boy Pat Freiermuth. But quarterback, I mean, you'll be starting Prescott and Jones and maybe rotating Stafford in a little bit. So you just have to, you know, in the next coming years, go for the quarterback position. But overall, a good team. All right, Cats. What do we do, man? What do we do? Herbert, Lance, Rodgers, Howell. I love that quarterback room. Yeah. I mean, Rodgers can contribute right away, even if it's only a year, 2 years, 3 years. So it's fine. Kind of helps balance out the Trey Lance pick since he's still kind of up in limbo. Love Herbert. I'm okay with going Herbert over Jackson or Lawrence or Fields if that's where you're at. Sam Howell was a really good value at 14.5. Kittle, Jelani Woods, and Musgrave. I actually am okay with this tight end room. Get Musgrave as a rookie. Woods going into his second year. Then you get one of the best tight ends in the entire league. And Kittle, dependent on how long he's able to contribute, tight end room looks great. A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Godwin, Hopkins, Sutton, Hutchinson, and you got Jarrett too. So, and then Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch, a good pick in the 20th round. And I like that you got two rookie receivers here because you needed some youth at receiver. I mean, A.J. Brown at age 25 is fine. Kupp isn't 30 yet, but he's still 29. I mean, Godwin's younger than Cooper Kupp, excuse me. It's kind of crazy. Then you got Hopkins at 30, Sutton at 27. So you got a lot of veteran-esque receivers. So if you didn't get those two rookies at the end, I'd be a little bit more queasy, but you got a lot of guys that can contribute right away, and this is a 3-receiver format, so I think it'd be okay. Charbonnet, Jones, Tucker, Fournette, which you said during the draft you didn't mean to take Fournette. I don't know, Abanconda out of Pittsburgh. I actually heard pretty good things about him. But yeah, running back room, not a ton of depth here. But I actually don't mind it because you got 3 rookies. I love Charbonnet. I think Jones will contribute right away. Then if Fournette goes to the right team, because theory is he gets cut from the Bucks, he could be a contributor even if he's an RB2 on the squad. So, yeah, I think this team's okay. Nothing wrong with it. If he hadn't got those late round rookie receivers, it would have been a little bit more queasy, but I think it's a good team. All right, let's see. Shane, sorry I've been able to make the drafts. Oh, you're good, bro. No worries. New job, adjusting the new hours. All good, man. Just wanted, I sent a couple private invites out tonight just trying to get the draft filled, but it's all good. If you guys can't make it, it's all gravy. Box in the Jack. How we looking at 1.11? Fields and Watson and Tyler Huntley. I'm okay with that. I would have tried to get another quarterback earlier on, even if it's a Hooker or Ritter or Howe. Huntley could contribute somewhere as a backup. Is Huntley due to be a free agent? I don't know off the top of my head. Or he could be the starter for Baltimore. Who knows? But yeah, I just like to get another quarterback a little bit sooner, right off the top of my head. Schultz and Albert O. I'd probably also like to get another tight end. Doesn't even have to be an early tight end, but just one more tight end, being that's tight end premium on this team. Wilson, Pittman, Dotson, Davis, Tony, Pierce, Claypool, and then we've got Parker Washington out of Penn State. I think their wide receiver room's okay, actually, because you've got 1, 2, 3 guys going in their second year, and then you've got Washington. And Claypool's still pretty young. He's not crazy productive. Tony's pretty young. They're both 24. Gabe Davis is only 23. And then Pittman is only 25. So you got a lot of youth at receiver. Wide receiver room's fine. Pollard, Dobbins, B-Rob, Gainwell, Hunt, Pirine, Harris. Good running back room. I would have considered a rookie running back somewhere in here. But overall, I mean, Gainwell's 23. Hunt's 27. Robinson's 23. Dobbins 24. Pollard's 25. So you still got pretty good youth. Like, that is kind of the argument in some circumstances. Like, instead of going out and getting rookies, I could get a lot of youthful players who I already know have established roles on their respective teams, or if they're set to be a free agent or whatever, I know what they bring to the table. And I think that's kind of what you did with this squad, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, team looks good to me. I would have got a little bit more tight end depth, just one more tight end sprinkled in here, and then taken a quarterback a little bit earlier. But I think the skill positions overall look good, man. And you still got Fields and Watson for, quite some time. Fields 23 and Watson 27. So I thought Watson was a little bit younger, but yeah, team looks good, man. All right, Nick, what'd you do, my dude? What did you do? All right, Lamar, Captain Kirk, Hooker. I'm good with that quarterback room. Get Cousins to fill in the gap while Hooker potentially becomes a starter somewhere. You could take one more quarterback, because if you have any injuries, you're in a super flex format and Hooker's not starting. That's kind of the thing. Like, I went for quarterbacks because I took Richardson. I also had Kyler, so that's one thing to consider, I guess. Kelsey and Andrews, crazy. And then Irv Smith is okay in the 20th round. Yeah, it's hard. Like, if you go Kelsey and Andrews, which I don't have a problem with, on paper, I'd like you to get another starter or a rookie at tight end a little bit earlier. Irv Smith is set to be a free agent. I don't know what we're going to see out of him next year. He's okay in the 20th round, but like, the argument is you have Andrews and you have Kelsey. You're okay for the time being. I think Kelsey's got another solid 2 to 3 years in him. Depends on what the Chiefs do in the next year or two, It's really up in the air for Kelsey, right? But I think he'll play as long as he wants to. And as long as the Chiefs are having success, he's going to be out there. Andrews at 27, Kelsey at 33. Yeah. Like, you're okay for the time being. You could definitely add more youth to the tight end position as the years come. But being that it's tight end premium, I can't really knock you here. Amon-Ra, Flowers, McLaurin, Evans, Downs, Robinson, Romeo Dobbs. Good wide receiver room. I love that wide receiver room. Javonte, Henry, Devin Achane. We got Rashawn Johnson out of Texas. We got Zamir White. We got Eric Gray. And we got Zonovan. Now, you got a lot of youth at running back between the 12th and 19th rounds behind Javonte and Derrick Henry. So I like that. I actually really like this team. I think it was a good squad tonight, Nick. It's good work. J-Dubs, sorry, I just punched my mic. More than likely, just trade those wide receivers some quarterback value. Good point. Nick says, everyone hit that like button. Appreciate that, Nick. Which teams did you like the best on paper overall? I had to take a deeper look here. It's actually hard for me to evaluate because I had to scroll up and down. But I did like the way Nick's team shaped out. J-Dubs, I actually think you have a really good team head to toe, just even par. Like nothing jumps out on paper for me, but overall it's just a well-built team going into the year. So I like your squad as well. But I think everyone that we went over drafted pretty well. There's always some things we can improve on here and there. But speaking of, let's look at my squad because I did skip you, Taylor. All right, we'll look at Taylor's team, and then we'll look at my squad. But tonight, I didn't love my draft. Like I said while we were drafting, I kind of underestimated some of the players, right? And where they might be drafted. All right, Taylor. We got Hurts, we got Stroud, we got Geno, we got Ritter. I'm good with that quarterback room. Yeah, I like that you got Ritter. Just in case Stroud isn't starting right away. Receivers, we got Waddle, J-Mo, Ridley, Hyatt, Osborne, and Curtis Samuel. Good receiver room. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have liked maybe one more receiver, but it's a good receiver room nonetheless. Najee Harris, Stevenson, Akers, I love that start. Jamal Williams, McIntosh, and Warren, really good running back room, man. And Njoku, Chig, Ferguson, and we got Kraft out of South Dakota State. I like this tight end. I like this team. This is a good team head to toe, man. Good value just across the board. Yeah, I really like this team. What do you guys think? Good draft, Taylor. Cat says he really likes Michael's team. Yeah, Michael always drafts well. Like J-Dub said, kind of win now at quarterback, but overall a good squad. What did I do? Let me know what you guys think about the squad I threw together tonight. All right, we got Burrow, Kyler Murray, Richardson, and Malik Willis at quarterback. Evan Engram, Trey McBride, and then we've got Darnell Washington at tight end. Chris Olave, DK Metcalf, JSN, Tyler Lockett, Rondell Moore, Alan Lazard, and Van Jefferson at receiver. I actually feel pretty good about that receiver room. At running back, we got A.J. Dillon, James Cook, Gibson, Deuce Vaughn, Rashad Penny, and Raheem Mostert. It's okay. Like I said, there's a couple players I wanted tonight that just slipped out of my grasp that I think could have polished up this team really nicely in the later rounds, but you guys draft very well, per usual. I don't dislike this team. I mean, I like that we tied Trey McBride and Rondell Moore to Kyler Murray. I like the quarterback room. I like the receiver room. Running backs are a little thin, but that's been part of my strategy lately. But I still think we got pretty good value at running back in the later rounds. Tight ends I'm fine with. Yeah, I think there are a couple players that could have polished up this team nicely. But I still like this team. Be okay. Running back kind of meh. Yeah, for sure. Definitely might trade a wide receiver for quarterback value. I need a defining third running back, says Michael. Good points. Jados, but I think you can leverage your quarterbacks, get a high value asset. That's a good point. Love the quarterback room. Kyler value is insane. Yeah, if Kyler is at the end of the second, I'm not passing him up. You guys know that. If AR hits, you are golden. Yeah, for that's a great point. Like the Richardson pick on top of Kyler Murray holds a little bit of risk, but if it hits, it's you're in a really good position, right? So feel okay there. We'll see what happens. I had to take Malik Willis though. I'll trade you DK. Or trade you for DK or Lockett. Yeah, I guess I was going to trade one of them and have to be Lockett. I didn't even realize that I took Metcalf and Lockett, But I did. I probably should have gone for Geno. And I could have taken him over Cook. But I needed running backs then. So. But yeah, if I got Geno here, I get this little stack there. Theoretically, he resigns, right? So. All right, guys. Another great mock in the books. Thank you guys so much for getting this put together with me. Thank you to everyone who joined and mocked with me, and to everyone who joined kind of last minute there. Really appreciate you guys. Just another solid mock in the books, man. So there's your draft board, and you guys killed it per usual, man. So I appreciate you guys so much. Appreciate everything that you guys do here in the off season. And yeah, tomorrow we should be hopping into another mock. I don't know if we're gonna do a Dynasty mock or a redraft mock. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just see what you guys want to do. But just stay posted. And yeah, man, should be another great stream tomorrow. And then we'll be off Wednesday and Thursday for sure. So just kind of stay posted. We'll continue to run some off-air mocks. And yeah, man, hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Discord if you guys need anything. Smash that like button on the way out. Check out the links down below. Hit that subscribe button if you guys tuned in and you're new to the channel. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Great draft tonight. Taylor, thank you, man. It's been a really good practice for sure, bro. For sure. I appreciate, you know, just you guys coming out and drafting and helping everyone get practice. And definitely feel so much more prepared than I did a couple weeks ago when we were first hopping into Dynasty initially. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you being a part of the practice as well. Cats had those two Seattle guys in redraft this year, and it sucked. I mean, it could be difficult to decide who to pick, but ultimately they both had pretty good years, right? I mean, you had Metcalf at wide receiver 16 and Lockett at wide receiver 13. But Metcalf kind of had a disappointing game in the championship, and then Lockett had a disappointing game as well. So. Nick, I am heading out. That's going to wrap it up for the night. So thank you guys, man. And hit me up on Discord, Instagram if you guys need anything. And we'll mock again tomorrow. So that'll do it. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the catch, fam. And that'll wrap things up. Appreciate you guys so much. I really do, man. Thank you guys for everything that you guys have been doing for the channel here in the off season. Really means a lot. So, yeah, man. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the catch. And